On this episode, I'm in the middle of a 3-week road trip to Idaho and Montana. I've drawn a few good tags, and I've convinced Mama and the babies that I need to hit these hunts all in a row. For this hunt, I'm in southwest Montana, hunting the free-range public land ranch and looking for a rangy old speed goat. It's been a few years since I've hunted antelope, and I've never hunted one with a gun, so needless to say, I'm pretty damn excited.
Trim out all the fat, pick out all the hairs. Yummy. She's a beautiful thing.
I'm back. Up here, boy. Welcome to Mordor. I bet you want to see him, don't you? Boom. Look at that guy.
I'll tell you this right now. If I lose another big buck like that to these damn cameras, patience is definitely a virtue that I have. Or laziness. This thing's a tank. It's a bad day right there.
Hey, Ducky, where you been? I've been everywhere, Mr. Duck. ABC's been doing seamless siding, windows, roofs, gutters. I know. Where?
I spend a lot of hours on the road throughout the year, and there's no time as hectic for my schedule as, well, basically from the 1st of August through pretty much Christmas. Much of this stretch of road I've been over dozens of times, if not hundreds of times, over the years. But every once in a while I get to go somewhere, maybe not as far away as places I've hunted before, but it seems like every mountain range is different, and I've hunted Montana a bunch, but never this part, and never for antelope. With the variety of tags in my pocket right now, I'm pretty excited for the weeks ahead. All right, so we'll get this antelope hunt kicked off. So I've got an antelope tag in Montana. I've also got deer and elk, and a limited, not limited draw, but like limited access opportunity to some river bottom property for some whitetail. So if the antelope hunt goes good, then I'm gonna go after whitetail for a little while. If that goes good, then I'll chase elk. And man, if all the stars align, then I'll go chase some mule deer. But I'm here for about the next 12 days. Or I'm not here. I'm in Idaho right now. This is where I grew up. Welcome home. Stopped off at my parents' house to sleep because I got a long trip to where I'm going in Montana, and then I'm going to shoot the gun here a little bit. But get the target out and throw some bullets. Make sure this gun is dialed before I go and smack an antelope in the morning. The old Reinhardt's going to double as a lead stopper today. Works great for stopping arrows, but I just take my little target to the face here with one of these. You can see I've pounded it a few times in the past here. Works good. We'll throw a couple here at 100, one or two, and see where we're at. It's always good practice to shoot your weapons after traveling for a hunt. Gun, bow, it doesn't matter. Whenever possible, I like to get out and fling a few arrows and throw some stress balls downrange. I've only had this gun for a few weeks. I feel like I've got it all dialed in, but for me to really have confidence, I've got to take it out as often as possible and verify. Plus, half the fun of getting new gear is using it. It's kind of like buying a new truck. You're not going to buy it just to let it sit in the driveway. Heck no, you're going to take it to the hills and get it dirty. All right, we're gonna call that good. Everything was just fine. Put a few of them through. We should be good. What do I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one left in this box. Ooh, maybe I should shoot one more just to empty out this box, huh? Nah, we'll save this one for the antelope.
We'll let that one be the magic bullet. All right, get things loaded up. Go head to Montana. Got about a 3-hour drive. Hopefully be spotting some goats tonight. Smacking one in the morning.
Now that my gun's all dialed in and my confidence level is up, I'm off to Montana to meet up with my brother Boyd. He's taken work off early to meet me in the area where I'll be hunting for the next few days and giving me some pointers on where he's seen antelope and killed them in the past. It's always good to hang out with old Boyd. I only wish that he could take the week off and spend some time hunting with me. But he's a man of responsibility and only has a few hours to hang out, glass some bucks, and show me some of his season so far. He hasn't quite been able to put any meat in the freezer, but he has had a great encounter with a huge bull and a small pack of wolves.
Just called in a wolf to 30 yards and shot right under him.
The elk and wolf film I'm gonna save for later, but here's a little clip of his antelope.
Up here on the top, the wind's blowing, but I got a bunch of antelope over here. We're gonna try the decoy. I'm gonna try it, see if I can do it. The wind's blowing. Missed on film. Good old trusty decoy the girls and I built a few years ago. Brought him in running, but doesn't do you any good if you can't hit the broadside of a freaking mark. Shoot at the target all day long. Doesn't do you any good if you can't hit anything alive and make it dead. So far I just shoot at stuff that's alive and let it stay alive. But pretty cool experience. Alright, can you see my ugly mug? Alright, so I'm a little depressed. Walking around, heading out after missing that antelope with my longbow. And I always wonder why I park clear out here in the middle of nowhere in the sagebrush. I could drive a lot closer. Well, I always run into antelope and I get excited. Because in these little draws I always bump bucks, but it's funny because earlier this spring I found an Indian arrowhead down in Idaho, and so the Indian arrowheads have been on the brain, so I kept telling my daughter we need to come looking around over here. All of a sudden I forgot that I missed an antelope. How cool is that? Amazing. I'm sorry, but that's pretty cool. I'm out there hunting in the middle of nowhere in the sagebrush with my longbow, feeling like a moron, wondering why I'm hunting with my longbow. And there's obviously a rich history of people hunting with longbows in here. That is crazy. Just love it. That's why even when you get depressed, you got to remember that you're spending time in the woods and there's amazing things to be seen. And wow, I'm feeling pretty blessed. That's pretty cool. I don't even know what kind of rock that is. It's like a white, usually the obsidian. That's crazy. I have no idea what that's even made out of. Nuts. Beautiful.
You've probably heard it said time and time again that hunting is not always about the kill. While the harvest may not always come, you never feel like you go home empty if it is the hunt that you're out there hunting for.
It's just breaking day. Left the truck in the dark, been hiking for the last hour. I just saw some antelope go up over the ridge up top. I'm gonna go ahead and get my gun and everything ready, hike up to this ridge, see if I can crest over, and if I get lucky, they'll still be up there feeding. And won't be spooked. I can shoot out a long ways with this, but I don't want to have to. I like to get close. So get it out and sling it on my shoulder and get rolling. Be a shame to shoot it on opening day, but I'll do it if I have to.
As I crawl up over the ridge, I can see the backs of a good-sized group of antelope. There's nothing more than a fence post and barbed wire to hide behind, and there's no way that that's hiding my fat butt. My only chance is to keep a low profile and move while their heads are down, and hope that I can get high enough on this rise to get a clean shot. I've already made up my mind that if given a chance, I want to shoot this buck. But what's not clear is if the does will ever clear off and give me a shot before I spook off the entire herd.
Yeah, I really didn't take the time to see what he was. Oh yeah, he is tall. Look at that. He's not as deep I mean, he's an awesome antelope. These things are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful buck. But he was definitely the stud of that harem, that other little buck. I couldn't tell, I had to keep sliding around the hill because I could tell that there was 2 bucks in there, and I couldn't, without pulling up my binoculars, I really couldn't tell which one was which. And then I was actually filming the other one. No, he comes around awesome, look at that. Nice little ivory tips. I was filming the other one, and then out of the corner of my eye, I kind of looked and seen this buck just staring at me. I was like, oh crap, now or never, man. What a pretty buck. That'll do, donkey. I'm stoked. So stoked, it's not even funny. Especially knowing the week that I've got coming, you know, with the tags that I've got in my pocket. First kill for the old Carbon Extreme. Can't give the gun all the credit. I mean, heck, I made the shot. Such a cool animal, man. So what I'm gonna do now is get his meat off of him, hide off of him. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the cape, whether I mount him or not. And an antelope's smaller body, I can get him all in one trip. Got my game bags. Bad thing is, I think I forgot my rubber gloves, which kind of stinks. I always have rubber gloves, but no rubber gloves, so only thing we can do is roll up the sleeves and get dirty. Here we go. The first incision I always make, no matter the species, is I always start, you know, right here, kind of in between the ears, base of the horn, and work my way down their backbone, just so that I can get that meat cooling, but also, you know, it's the cuts that I want to make for the cape. Antelope, you've got to be real careful with their hair. I like to cut with the direction of the hair and try to cut from underneath, so cutting from the skin side, because their hair is just super fragile and pulls out really easy, and you don't want to really be handling the hide as much as you could, you know, an elk or a deer or something like that. So pretty easy with a good sharp knife. This is a trick Rembo showed me in New Zealand on an antelope, or on a tar. Then we'll just continue, take the hide off. So I'll just continue this around so I can get this hind quarter, this ham cooling as quick as I can before I really start peeling the meat away. And every animal is the same, it's just some of them are bigger than others. And some people do things differently, but hey, whatever works, man. Now I'm gonna go ahead and lay this up here in the rocks, in the wind, and let it start cooling. Helps to have knee pads too. I don't know, I have never really mentioned it, but I wear knee pads under my pants, just sort of, because it's just like crawling up on him to get that shot. Anyway, just trying to keep that, so you're cleaning this off. I mean, there's no meat on there, just whatever's in between the bones. Cleaning that off as much as I can, so that, because this is all tender meats. Even if you trim it off, use it in your trimmings and that. For stew, I like to fry it up with a little coconut oil, you know, some of the trimmings. So I'll keep my loins, then I'll have loin trimmings, just because it's, I mean, it's tender. It's the good stuff. These are really tender. This is gonna be a good antelope. Trim out all the fat, pick out all the hairs. Yummy. She's a beautiful thing. So now what we do is go in and get the tenderloin. So I'm gonna do it in the gutless method. I'm not keeping the heart because I know it's just destroyed with the bullet path. So, but I will dig in there and see if I can't find the liver. I'll just peel that back, get that tenderloin, and then the entire half of this antelope is done. And the other half is just exactly the same, other than we'll leave his testicles on this hind leg as evidence of, not evidence of sex, because no sex happened here, but proof of the sex of the animal. There you go. This would be a whole heck of a lot easier if I didn't have 15 pounds of camera gear and enough food to last the entire day and all the stuff that I don't need now that I shot him. Okay. I'm extremely grateful to have had the chance to fill my freezer and to tag out on the first day. And yes, I'm still excited to move on and get going with my other hunts. But honestly, I still feel like maybe there should have been something more. Like, I've only been here for one day. Did I really even hunt? Or did I do this hunt all on my own? Or is it Boyd who should deserve all the credit for scouting out the area and putting me in the right spot? I kind of feel like the trigger man here. And in truth, I guess I am. The pride I take away from any adventure or hunt is knowing that it was well deserved. Do I deserve to fill my freezer and for this hunt to end up as it did? Well, yeah. I get to do a lot of this twice. That's because I'm trying to share it with y'all. Cameraman needed.